Just want to show you the view out the window. Isn't that beautiful? And yes, one of us has sleep apnea. Just heading out. Hope to do some hiking. This is the Aspen Village. And we're surrounded by mountains because we're in the village. It's a clear and cold morning. 2 degrees. Heading towards Red Rock Canyon. You'd think we missed the snow, but we haven't. That would be a dirty, filthy lie. So this is the parking lot, the top of the end of the road for the Red Rock Canyon. It's 0 degrees, lots of snow everywhere. And we're the only ones here. Nobody's stupid enough to go hiking in this kind of weather. Blackiston Falls. Too cool to go for a dip in there today. Bit of a closer view of the falls. Close enough to scramble on the rocks and have a swim. But not today, Satan. It's not too cold to hike, but we also weren't 100% prepared in terms of our gear and our clothing. But we're intrepid explorers. The sun is trying to break through the clouds. We're in neutral right now. I'll just switch to drive. The sun is out down in the valley, and it's a totally different season here. It's very early spring as opposed to very late winter. Heading back to the village. A very different ride than yesterday night. It's got a really cool garden in the back. And if you look really closely, you can see the snow starting to fall. It's certainly cold enough. Just heading to Cameron Lake, which I don't believe we've done before. Check it out. 3 degrees. Did you miss the snowboyan? No, you did? Well, here's some more. We're covered in snow, and it's snowing still. So this is our first glimpse of Cameron Lake, kind of the counterpart to Lake Louise, full of tourists. I think all from the same family, I would think. Noisy and raucous. And the lake itself is frozen. But I wouldn't venture out too far on it because it's probably not very frozen. Abba's Ode to Freedom has a special poignancy with the war going on in the Ukraine, the land of my forefathers. Well, literally my great-grandparents. We've seen an owl, elk, we've seen mountain sheep, gophers, a mountain bluebird. I just haven't captured anything on camera yet. Beautiful mouflon on the edge of the river here, right to the valley. But it's no wonder that it's crowded here when you see the view. Everybody wants a shot of this. So the village is down there, and that's the bluff that we hope to walk up to for the view. You can see people up there. And none of those people are as fit as I, so we shouldn't have an issue. But watch that first step, it's a doozy. Okay, this is the first time we've actually been inside the historic Prince of Wales Hotel. This is the view from the lobby. So this is why you pay the big bucks. Well, this is the hike up to the bear's hump. But this is not a bear. Looks like she probably has ticks on her. I don't know. Hi, pretty. What a pretty girl. More than halfway up to the top. And it's not the easiest climb. It's pretty steep. So we've got that to still scale. Inching ever closer to the top as the view grows more spectacular. And there's a surprising large amount of tourists walking around, which is a shame when I need to take a pee. The last few meters made a little less dramatic by the gaggle of tourists that are up here, but I'm sure the view makes it worthwhile. Ooh, dizzying. There's the village down below and the lake, Prince of Wales. And what goes up must come down. And so we are. We went up there, and now we're back down on terra firma, heading back to the hotel. After a brief respite in the hotel, we're back out, walking around. Probably go to the, that's the way to travel. Probably go to the waterfall, Cameron Falls, since that's so iconic in this town. This is the fire hall in Waterton Village. And the valiant and brave effort of the people that work here saved the town during the disastrous 2017 fire. It destroyed all of the surrounding greenery, but the town was preserved. So this is Cameron Falls from the top of the falls. I'm shouting to make it more dramatic. And Boyan's down there. I'll get a shot from down there. So there's a rock and shrub and tree garden in the back of the interpretive center. And it's finally a little bit warm. Almost warm enough to take off your jacket. Look at the daffodils in bloom by the house. Wieners of Waterton, yes, they have a falafel option. So we will exercise our falafel option. It's a good view of the Prince of Wales Hotel in the distance. That's where Sean and Kevin are going to be staying in a few days. Just walking up and down Main Street here. We had a nice bite. And now a little bit of a shop. And then a walk by the lake. I guess it really couldn't call itself Waterton without, well, water. We've had an eventful and tiring day. We might be in for the evening even though it's kind of still early. But before things get too cold outside. Well, the sun is starting to set, but we might as well take a little bit of a walk because this is our last few hours in the park. Definitely the mountain air is fresh. Isn't it, Boyan? Oh my god, what's that? What's a payphone booth? Does it even work anymore? Oh yeah, there's an artifact of another time in my life. Only the tops of the mountains are seeing the sunlight now. The rest of us are in shadow. We're just going to have a quick bite at Zoom's before we retire for the evening. I wish I could retire. Did you have a fun day? Yeah. A lot of walking, eh? Yeah. Are you tired? A little. Thank you, Waterton, for a wonderful 2 days here. We love you and can't wait to return. There's our little Aspen village, Suite 51.